plenty use. I be murdering any flow. I just had to let you know.
From the host to Super Bowl 50 back in February of 2016, there's a look at the home of the 49ers, Levi's Stadium in Santa Clara. Nothing like the fanfare of introductions to an NFL game, and that was in evidence a moment ago. Fireworks, pyrotechnics, you name it. This crowd is ready as their guys get set to match up between the Philadelphia Eagles and the San Francisco 49ers. That's fielded in the end zone. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line.
Ready, set. Mike 55, Mike 55. Watch the slant, watch the slant.
They'll begin the drive with Jackson on the ground. And that's not the start that he was looking for, as he's going to be met and dropped behind the line. It'll go as a loss of a yard on the game's first play. Second down.
Loss of a yard brings up second and 11 at the 24-yard line.
After the loss to start out, here's second and 11.
You got nothing. Hey, Foxtrot, Foxtrot. 9, Mike, 9. Defense, get it.
Second and 11. And nearly an interception here on their opening drive. But instead, third down.
Oh, man, that was close. The opportunity to change momentum, big play, right in his hands, unable to come down with it.
A sigh of relief, no doubt, on offense that fell harmlessly to the ground. Little trouble thus far on their opening drive as they come up on a 3rd and 11. He'll look to throw. He'll hit Jackson complete. And he's brought down, getting this one up to about the 35. The Niners have the first down on a gain of 11.
And I know you can't really see it, but that play spells frustration with a capital F for the guys on defense. They covered everyone else, end up going to the running back out of the backfield, and he picks up a back-breaking first down.
And he'll grab a gain of 5 out of this up to the 41-yard line.
Well, I think that's what they're going to need to do here in the first half. You've got to take some pressure off of this young quarterback, and no better way to do it than to establish the running game early.
After the pickup of 5, here's second and 5.
Let's go, defense. Our time. It's our time.
Second and 5. Nowhere to go here. He lost the football. And it's picked up by the Eagles. Look at this. Middle of the field. A breakaway. And he's into the end zone. It's a fumble return and an Eagle touchdown. So this defense clicking early in the year. Week 1, the return for a touchdown.
The organization made a concerted effort in the offseason to improve this defense. I have to say they like the early returns.
On for the extra point, Jake Elliott. He's got it, and the Eagles lead at 7-zip.
Makes the score Eagles 7, 49ers nothing. Jake Elliott to kick off for Philadelphia.
So here's the kickoff now as they'll get it again following that fumble return for a score. And no return on this one as the fair catch is signaled for and taken.
The Niners take over first and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
The 49er offense set to get this drive underway. They had the auspicious beginning to the season, a first drive turnover. Now they'll try again here, 1st and 10. They'll come out throwing here on 1st down. Rush coming, and he's taken down.
Brandon, if I'm an offensive coordinator and I see an all-out rush like that, I file it away because I'm going to use their aggressiveness against them as this game goes on. I'm going to hit them with a screen soon.
Work to be done here on 2nd and 16 after the sack.
55, my guy, 55.
2nd and long. And this one taken in on the right sideline, but not in the field of play. They say it's incomplete. The throw led him a little too far. It brings up 3rd down. An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down.
Hey, here we go. Watch the pass. Watch the pass.
They'll look to throw here. And he's got his big tight end over the middle, complete. And up to the 35 before they're able to knock him down. It'll go as a 1st down for San Francisco on a pickup of 16.
1st and 10 at the 35-yard line.
On the double.
Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10. They run on 1st down with Jackson. It's a 6-yard gain on the ground, and that'll make it 2nd and 4.
Despite the blitz, they're still able to pick up a nice, solid gain. The disadvantage of blitzing often alters the normal spacing and run fits and leaves creases like they were able to exploit right there.
The last run got 6, now 2nd and 4.
Here we go.
2nd and 4. Got his man complete over the middle. That's Watts. And he'll be taken down at the 46-yard line. A gain of 5, good enough for the 1st down.
1st and 10 at the 46-yard line.
Couple of 1st downs to kick off the drive. Here's 1st and 10 up at the 46. They'll drop to throw. And just as you called it after the earlier sack, they set up the screen. A full 5-yard loss that time. It's going to make 2nd down pretty tough. Defensively, looks like they were thinking the same thing you were. You mentioned maybe being able to hit them with some screens, but they were ready.
Yeah, it's not just the guys who have the headsets on offense that do the thinking, right? They saw, they understood what they did, and said, you know something, how would you try to play it against us? And they were ready for it.
So they had the big loss on that 1st down pass play, and facing a 2nd and long. On 2nd down, this is Jackson. And this play will be blown up. He'll lose yardage back at the 38. This will be a loss of 3, and now a much tougher 3rd down looming. First and 2nd down were a disaster. Both went backwards. Now it's 3rd and 18. They need something big. He'll drop to throw. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. And that is the 3rd sack this offensive line has allowed this 1st quarter.
Man, that puts him on pace. Let me do the rudimentary math here. To be sacked 12 times in a game, I know he's not going to go for that. I wonder if it's going to reshape what they decide to do on offense in terms of play calling.
Well, I can tell you what, when he popped up, shaking his head, frustrated right now behind center. Wentz and the Eagles now with a 1st and 10 at their own 12-yard line. Shotgun now for Wentz. And this is incomplete. He was looking for Miles Sanders out of the backfield. And it's 2nd down.
I think we'll see more of them trying to get him the football out of the backfield. They love what he can do in open space, and they believe that he creates mismatches they can exploit.
After the incomplete pass, here now is 2nd and 10. Wentz going to throw. Under a heavy rush, and down he goes.
All right, let's go ahead and detail this situation here. 3rd and long coming up, back near your own goal line. I would be very hesitant about throwing the football in this situation.
Maybe just run up the middle?
Yeah, I think that might be the spot for them. You got to try and find some space for your punter because you don't want him backed up where he has to alter what he does.
After the sack, they'll come up now 3rd and long.
Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised to see them run the ball here just to try and get some space.
Now a fake on the give here as they try to run pass option. And he'll be a couple yards shy of the 20 at the 18. 14 yards is the pickup there, but it'll still lead to a 4th down.
That's certainly playing down in distance very well by the defense, isn't it? Take whatever you want underneath by all means.
The Eagles send out their punter now. The speedster Dante Pettis back deep to return. This is taken at the 23. After 1, 7-0 on EA Sports. The San Francisco offense ready to start their next drive. And the results for them have not been strong to this point. 2 drives have ended in a turnover and then a punt.
So would it be too snarky for me to say that they've shown improvement? Because you had two drives with turnovers. Now they punted it away, so at least they didn't turn it over. So that's good, right?
You're going to get some angry users reaching out to you on social media.
Well, I don't mean to be. I was actually looking for the positive. Silver lining, you know.
The last run got 3. Now here's 2nd and 7. Here's a 2nd and 7. There's the Washington Husky. It's Dante Pettis. And he'll be brought down right at the 45-yard line. That one, a 1st down pickup of 8.
I think it all came together there. In-breaking route. Drove it with excellent pace. Money throw right there to move the sticks.
On 1st down, Jackson pushing forward for 3 up to the 48.
One thing to keep in mind, partner, especially in the second half, when you've got a running back of this size, of these dimensions, I can just tell you, attrition does set in for a defense because you're excited about hitting him in the first half. Maybe not so much in the second half, and some of these shorter gains turn into bigger runs later.
3 yards on that last carry. Here's 2nd and 7.
Hey, Wood!
Here I come again.
Looking to throw. Over the middle, complete. It's Watts. And he has another 1st down as they'll get the ball down to the Eagles' 23. So the defense blitzed. A nice job picking that up, completing the pass.
And how in sync was the quarterback in his center on that play? They saw the blitz, made the appropriate calls, got the line engaged because now they know there are going to be extra guys coming at the quarterback, so they got their assignments down pat and kept them away from him, and he's able to step up in the pocket and fire one now for a really good strike.
And down inside the 15, shy of the 10. He'll get a dozen there, and it's a 1st down, 49ers. 49ers with their first trip to the red zone thus far. They've got a 1st and 10 at the 11. They'll run with Jackson. Now a loose football. The ball comes out, and it's picked up by the Eagles. And he'll be stopped shy of the 15 at the 14-yard line on the return. Often on fumbles, you look at the guy who coughed it up and say, geez, what did he do? But, hey, let's tip the cap to the defense here.
Not a problem at all, my man. I'm not even going to tip it. I'm going to doff my cap to him. Congratulations, big-time play. Knocking it free and creating something good for your team.
Wentz and the Eagles now with a 1st and 10 at their own 14-yard line.
I know many people like to throw to the tight end, maybe in a little flexed out position because he creates mismatches with his size. But slot receivers do the same thing with their quickness, their speed, and their route running savvy.
On 2nd down now, it's Sanders. And he is met quickly in the backfield. Down he goes, folded like a lawn chair.
We all have habits. We can be somewhat predictable, and you know me pretty well on 2nd down and short. What I like to see.
Play action.
Yeah, without a doubt. I thought that was a great spot to call it. Instead, didn't go their way, did it?
No, defense sold out for the run. Worked out well. To throw, it's Wentz. And that's knocked away and incomplete. So it doesn't look like they're going to be able to build off the turnover.
Well, the defense certainly did its part. It got them the football. But you're exactly right. It looks like they're going to have to punt this one away. And it's not a turnover, but doesn't it feel like one after grabbing the momentum with the defensive play?
Yeah, and they had all that momentum after getting the football, and now zapped right back in the other direction. Give them 11 yards that time on the return. And the Niners will go on offense, 1st and 10. The 49er offense set to get this drive underway. And they'll be looking to atone for last time's mistake of fumbling inside the red zone. Certainly they don't want to do that again.
And so much emphasis placed on red zone offense. I mean, you have periods devoted in practice just for that because everyone knows how vital it is to put points on the board when you've entered that part of the field. And to come away with nothing, that's difficult for a team to handle.
Yeah, difficult, and now we'll see if they can make it less difficult on themselves on this drive. The run only got a yard. Here's 2nd and 9.
I'm coming after you. Hey, Orbit. I'm coming after you.
2nd and 9 now. The first catch of the game for George Kittle. And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory. It'll go as a first down for San Francisco on a pickup of 16.
Ready? 60 out more.
They'll run on 1st down. It's Jackson, and he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. So a loss of 5, and it'll be 2nd down. Two minutes on the clock, 2nd quarter, 7-0 ball game. And we remind you that coming up at halftime, we'll hand things off to the coach, Jonathan Coachman in Orlando. He'll have a look back at a very intriguing opening weekend in the NFL. Here's a throw right side, taken in by his tight end. 6 yards is the pickup, and that'll lead to a 3rd down. Not a big window to throw. Coverage wasn't too bad there.
Yeah, they had him under wraps pretty well, but somehow able to muscle his way open and catch the ball.
And now on 3rd down, they'll need to get it to the 36 to pick up the first.
Hey, Alpha. Get it.
Back to throw here. Got his man complete over the middle. It's Watts. And he has another first down as they'll get the ball down to the Eagles' 30. The 49ers now going to use the first of their timeouts as they'll get a chance to talk it over after picking up the first down. This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10. Toss play to Jackson. A short gain here, maybe a yard to the 29. You mentioned very early on the need to establish a running game for this young QB. They really haven't been able to do that, though, in the first half.
So that means what in halftime? Adjustments time, right? Figure out what they are, figure out the things that they really want to accomplish, and who to run behind. Which are your better blockers? Find those guys and get in that direction.
55, Mike 55. I got it. Mike 55, Mike 55. Ready.
They're going to look to throw. This is caught. And he doesn't quite make it, taking it within an eyelash. Dropped at the 1. Now San Francisco going to call their second timeout as it'll come with 36 ticks to go in half number 1. A chance now to get even before the break as they come up 1st and goal. They'll try the ground game with Jackson. And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. It's a loss of a yard there, and now 2nd down. And now the Niners going to signal for their 3rd and final timeout as they'll stop the clock with 26 seconds to go until halftime. Back at the 2 now. Here's 2nd and goal.
Exit. Mike 9.
2nd and 2. To the goal line, but it's incomplete.
Once you get into the red zone and the safeties have less ground to cover, you'd better be quick with your delivery. Not much space to get a ball in there.
Yeah, when that field shrinks with those safeties, it's almost like there's a couple extra defenders out there, right?
It certainly is. They end up taking up extra space just because there's not enough space for receivers to run through.
This Eagle defense, they won't give in without a fight. This is 3rd and goal. Now back to throw. That is caught by the tight end, Kittle. Touchdown, 49ers. George Kittle, as the first half is winding down, as they are now on the board here in the first half. Extra point good by Hopkins. And that is going to tie our game as we approach halftime. So all even at 7 now as they kick it away. And a fair catch signaled for and taken successfully.
Let's go. Let's go.
First and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
The Eagles offense set to begin their next drive. And this is their 3rd drive. Maybe the focus right now not so much on points, but getting their first down.
And when you start off a game, you don't even think that's an issue, do you?
Into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Quan Alexander. And a potential turning point as they'll get the football in very good field position late in this first half.
The Niners take over 1st and 10 at the 50-yard line.
Good starting field position for them here as they come up 1st and 10 right at the 50-yard line. From the midfield stripe, they'll look to throw. That's complete to his receiver, Pettis. And he'll be out just a yard or two shy of the 30. 18 yards, first down Niners.
That's good for a 49er first down.
So even though it's first down, here's the field goal unit on now to try to get 3 before halftime. And now we'll get a late timeout as it comes in the waning moments of quarter number 2. Here's Dustin Hopkins now to try the field goal. This is a 49-yard attempt, right hash. And the 12-year veteran knocks it right through. So a big play before the end of the half to get him into this spot, and they cash in with 3.
How about the 1-2 to the solar plexus on that one? The big play, the field goal, not much time left on the clock. That's the way to go into the half.
That'll be taken in the end zone. And he's able to get it across the 20, but not by much, as he's marked down at the 21-yard line. The Eagles offense set to begin their next drive. Likely time for just one final play, and then it'll be off to the locker room to talk about how they can erase this deficit.
Yeah, and I think a lot of people look at it and go, well, maybe you take a shot here. Maybe you get some momentum going into the half. What's the flip side of that? You do something crazy, quarterback gets hit, ball comes free, and now you're down an even bigger margin. Go ahead and take this one, go to the locker room, start over.
We'll see if week 1 fatigue becomes any kind of a factor as we are back underway in the second half. This is taken about 7 yards deep. The Eagles offense set to begin their next drive. They're down here, but very much in this game. What's the tonality of a coach's talk when a game is within striking distance like this at intermission?
Typically, what they're doing is emphasizing the things that went well in the first half and wanting more of that. Sure, you've got to go over some of the errors and clean up some things because there's a reason you're down. But overall, I think they want to stay positive, stay up with this team. We're just starting the second half, and we've got the football. Let's go ahead and punch it in, and then we'll take it from there.
See how that recipe works.
At the 26-yard line.
Here's 2nd and 9, just a yard on that last run.
Watch tight. Let's go, Greg.
Now a give, right side. It's Roberts, and he is met quickly in the backfield. Down he goes, folded like a lawn chair. That backs him up 1 yard and brings up 3rd down. Big play coming up. Here's 3rd and 10.
I would expect to see some pressure here.
Strip that ball.
The pressure drops off as they'll look to throw. He's going to fire one deep, middle of the feet. Looking for Aguilar, and it's intercepted. Picked off at the 36. And the return stops just a little bit shy of midfield at the 48-yard line. First possession of the 3rd quarter, an interception, so maybe a second-half tone setter.
Indeed, and not the tone they wanted to set. That's the equivalent of running out the wrong door and running into your pool instead of running out onto the field. A real dud for that one.
Has that happened to you before?
No, but I've heard stories about teams actually doing that back in the good old days.
The San Francisco offense ready to start their next drive. Their defense has done the job. Now it's the offense's turn as they've got it 1st and 10. And he loses the football a second time. And it's picked up by the Eagles. And they will set up shop at their own 46-yard line. So the defense there, opportunistic.
It's nice to give them credit, isn't it? Because so many times it's more a matter of what the offensive guy didn't do. He didn't secure the ball, didn't cover up. In this case, let's just give credit to where it belongs. Knocked it free, made a big play.
And they went the wrong way there, losing yardage back at the 43-yard line. Call it a full 3 yards in the wrong direction there. Brings up 2nd down. So now they have to contend with 2nd and 13 after the first down run goes backwards. Working from the gun, Wentz. And that's going to be incomplete. Good effort there, trying to take a shot, but it's 3rd down. We saw this a lot in the first half, and it continues. These receivers just not able to get much separation.
So that means they have to win the 50-50 balls. They've got to go up with the defender and find a way to start coming down with them.
And this time, contact and another incomplete pass. An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down. Throwing now is Wentz. Dancing to his left. And he nearly got the first himself, but it appears he's going to be about a yard or two short. The scramble good for a nice gain of 10 yards, but still 4th down. The Eagles send out their punter now as he's on here to punt it away. So possession goes over here on the punt. And the 49ers will take over deep in their own territory. The 49er offense set to get this drive underway. And last drive, obviously not what you're looking for. You've got the lead. You've got to protect the football.
So in other words, someone got lucky because they've been moving the ball really well and wearing them down. In this case, though, giving up the football doesn't make them very happy. They can't wait to get back out there and atone for it.
Yeah, try to atone for it here on this drive.
1st and 10 at the 32-yard line.
This quarterback now 13 of 16 throwing the football. It's 1st and 10. Now it's Jackson. 2 yards on the pickup there. It'll be 2nd and 8.
Tough first half for him, unable to put up the numbers he's used to producing. But with a guy like him, you and I both know it just takes a couple of explosive touches for him to make an impact on this game and on the stat sheet as well.
Here's 2nd and 8. Nowhere to go here. He lost the football. And it's picked up by the Eagles. And his guys are going to take over at the 31-yard line.
Well, partner, they went empty set there. No backs in the backfield. All receivers out in the pattern. And in this situation, you know what the quarterback has to do? Act as his own blitz control.
Yeah, he's got nobody else there to protect him.
No one else there to protect, which means he's got to get rid of the football and absorb the hit, but not go down and fumble the ball.
Line of scrimmage, the 31 now on 1st and 10. Now Wentz under pressure, and down he goes. They sack him back at the 36. DeForest Buckner with a sack, the former number 7 overall pick. So 2nd and long, and got to be careful not to fall out of field goal range.
Got to do better. Come on, QB, come on.
Now Wentz. Oh, the pressure too great, and he goes down once more. Nick Bosa in there to drop him, and sacks on 1st and 2nd downs. Now leads to a 3rd and long. Eagles coming up here on a 3rd and long, so Wentz and company with some work to do after the sack. On 3rd down, they turn to Sanders. Call it a gain of 5. 4th down now.
I have to think a major focus at the halftime meetings had to be figuring out how to create space for the running game to get operating.
Well, what you pointed out to me at half seems accurate. That line has struggled to sustain blocks.
Yeah, I would agree with that totally. They've got to focus on staying on their double teams at the first level, make sure that block's secured before they slide off and try and chip someone at the 2nd level.
So they recovered the fumble, but ultimately could not take advantage of the short field.
Definitely a lost opportunity right there. I mean, they were in prime position to put 6 on the board, ended up settling for 3.
And the decision to bring it out is going to cost him about 7 yards all told, as he's taken down back shy of the 20.
We go.
The San Francisco offense ready to start their next drive. And last time they coughed it up, led to a field goal. They're fortunate that it only led to a field goal, but still, they're not happy about it.
Could you sense the relief, though, when they only gave up the field goal? And they were able to trot back out on the field and start this drive. A little more pep in their step because they didn't cost their team a touchdown. But they know they've got to do it a lot better than they did on the last possession.
The coach will just be relieved, though, if they recoup with a score here, right?
I think the coach will be ecstatic to see them pick themselves back up and now take it downfield and punch in the end zone without turning it over.
They'll start here with Jackson. They'll be brought down on the 30-yard line after a gain of 6.
Getting had a ton of success here so far, but you get the feeling that he might be on the verge of popping one.
Yeah, even on that one, there was a little bit of a hole, but it closed there quickly at the end.
Come on,
6 yards on that last play. Here's 2nd and 4. They'll run again with Jackson. 6 yards the pickup, and that's a first down.
At this stage of the game, the run-pass numbers are a little bit out of whack because most of their yardage has come through the air. But in a sense, that just sets things up for big runs like that because the defense might be a little bit off balance. They pick up another first down with that run.
So from the 36 now, 1st and 10. Back to throw. Over the middle, complete. It's Watts. And he'll be brought down shy of the 40 at the 38-yard line.
Good throw, good catch, but I really like the route. The drag and being able to run away from defenders, hard to stick with them for that long.
Yeah, better against man than zone, or?
Better against man, because now you're running away from someone and you're not running into a defensive player in another zone.
So 2nd and 8 here after the pass play for 2 yards on first down. They'll set up to throw. Into a double team, and it's intercepted. Picked off at the 49. And his guys will set up shop at midfield at the 50-yard line.
His guys take over 1st and 10 at the 50-yard line.
And this should be the final play before the quarter ends. On 1st and 10, it's Sanders. And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. It's a loss of a yard there, and it's 2nd down.
It's a tough one right there. He ran right into the teeth of the blitz as the linebacker was freed up in order to stuff that one for a loss. I think quarterbacks got to see that. Got to find a way to audible into something a little more advantageous.
A loss of a yard there to start out. That leads to a 2nd and 11. From the gun, it's Wentz. It's caught inside the 25. He's going to go out of bounds, but he takes this one down just shy of the 20. A gain there of 30 big ones. So the big play gets him all the way down to the outskirts of the red zone here for 1st and 10.
46 down, man. 5-4.
Wentz now to throw. Completes it to Aguilar. And a nice gain of 21 yards.
Well, that's what you're looking for when you want to throw the ball downfield. You want one of those guys who can play out on the perimeter, can play out wide, who can not only get open, but when they're covered, can uncover themselves downfield and create catches.
A field goal could get them the lead, but it might not be enough here as they come up on 1st and goal. Here's Wentz to throw. And this is going to be intercepted. Picked off by Quan Alexander. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. Tie game, 4th quarter. You're already in the red zone, well in field goal range. You can't throw a pick there.
And you know I want to give all the credit to the defenders, right? I mean, they made a play on the ball. But bottom line, you set up the situation perfectly. You've already got the field goal in the bag. You've got to make sure you take care of the football in that situation.
Some pretty good games all weekend. We may have saved the best for last. This Monday night game has been a dandy.
55. Right there in the middle, 55. Watch the screen, watch the screen.
Back to throw now in his own end zone. He's just going to dump this one off to his fullback out of the backfield. And he's able to get this one up to the 8-yard line this time. 6 yards on the pickup, and that'll make it a second down.
Brings up 2nd and 4 at the 8-yard line.
On the ready. 55. I'll get him, get him, get him. Now.
On the ground, this is Jackson. And they'll bring him down here right around the 17-yard line. 9 yards to pick up there, and it's a first down.
And there we saw one of the downsides of blitzing during a rundown, because sometimes you get out of your gaps. You don't fit the run quite as well because you're headed towards the ball carrier with abandon.
So signs of life in what's been a dormant offense in this second half. Here's 1st and 10. They'll run it with Jackson. And he almost gets this to the 30, taken down about a yard shy. 13 yards there and a Niner first.
Something to watch here in week 1 of the season, tackling. Because you and I both know that in the preseason, a lot of these guys don't play a whole lot. Plus the intensity and the speed really ratchets up on opening week.
Here we go, here we go. 50, plant. All right, here we go. Let's go, D, let's go. Let's get
On first down, it's Jackson. It's a pickup of 4, and it'll bring up second down.
I call that play a success. A nice inside run sets up a very manageable second down. A very solid gain on that play.
At the 33-yard line.
Following the pickup of 4, here's 2nd and 6.
Hey, watch that. Hey, watch the ball.
Here's Jackson. And to the 42-yard line here and brought down there. 9 yards to pick up there, and it's a first down.
Another carry for their leader, and a good one. It's crunch time. They'll need him to continue to be productive in both the run and passing game in order for them to try and snatch a victory.
18 Gator. Check 55 to Mike. Let's go, defense.
Now Stewart on first down. And able to work about 5 yards out of this as he's taken down up near the 47.
And that's one of the reasons you like to blitz even on rundowns. It confuses the blocking assignments. It doesn't allow those offensive linemen to get up to the second level.
The first down run got 5. Here's 2nd and 5.
Here we go. Here we go. Here we go. Get it.
2nd and 5. And this is going to be intercepted. He's picked off at his own 46. And he takes this one back into the end zone. And the Eagles defense gets a pick-6 TD. In a tie game, 4th quarter, that's about as big of a defensive play as you can possibly make.
And it didn't happen by accident. That was scouting right there. They've seen things that have happened before. They knew in certain situations the type of plays they like to run, read it, and were able to go after the football, get it, and take it into the end zone for a touchdown for themselves.
So they throw the pick-6. They'll get another shot at it now as this one's in the air. The 49er offense set to get this drive underway. And they've sort of lost their way, partner. How do they recalibrate and get this proverbial train back on track?
Well, this is where leadership really comes into play. How's the head coach handling it? The offensive coordinator? Sometimes they just make a joke. All right, guys, had your fun? All right.
Throw it out the window.
Yeah, let's get back on track here. And sometimes that'll work just fine.
I guess it's time now to lean on that leadership. This quarterback now 6 for 6 since coming back out of the locker room. It's 1st and 10.
We got to see him. Pick it up, guys. Pick it up.
Ready? They'll look to throw here. And nearly picked off. Surprising to see a defender of his caliber let it get away. But it does get away, and it's 2nd down. Line of scrimmage, again the 37 as they line up 2nd and 10.
Watch the twist, watch the twist. Hey, Zoo.
2nd and 10. Pressure comes, and down he goes. The Eagles get there for the sack. 4th quarter, down to the final 2 minutes, and we've got a one-score game. So it's 49er football here as we get you reset. They face a critical 3rd down now, needing a score here in the late going.
All right, T, let's try. All right, T.
They'll set up a throw. And that will be incomplete. Figuring they're going for it on 4th down. Remember, though, they do have all 3 timeouts, so even if they don't get it, all is not lost.
Yeah, normally in this situation, when you're talking about having to go for it, everything is in this play. But as you noted, with those 3 timeouts, they actually have a little bit of a safety net.
Down 7, and they've got to go for it here on 4th down.
Hey, Echo.
Back to throw. Open man is Taylor. He's got it. 18 yards, 1st down Niners. That's what they need right now. Get the 1st down, get out of bounds, stop the clock.
Just playing smart football, understanding the situation, making the plays necessary, and making sure that clock stops at every opportunity.
The drive continues as they search for a tying touchdown. Here's 1st and 10. They'll look to throw. And that is incomplete. He couldn't hold on through the contact. Brings up 2nd down. I guess you can't be afraid to take those chances late in the game. He tried to fit that one in there. Nice job, though, defensively.
But to your point, it was a nice job of knocking the ball away. But you're also right. You can't be afraid to take those chances. That means your guys going downfield to catch the ball, they've got to elevate their game and come down with these in order to keep your offense moving.
So after the incompletion on 1st, now 2nd and 10. Now a give, right side. Jackson. Broke through some contact, but unable to reach the 40. A nice job to get 8 there after the incompletion, and now they'll look at a 3rd and 2 coming up.
I like the call there because that was one to take time off the clock and get them closer to getting out of here with a W. In the mind of the play caller, all you want to hear is tick, tick, tick.
Trying to keep the drive going here. This is play number 7 on 3rd and 2. He's back to throw. And able to haul it in is Kittle. The Niners passing game in sync now. They've got another 1st down. Working the sideline there. Good route, good catch. 1st down, and he gets out of bounds.
Now you have to like the play calling because you have to run some guys down the middle of the field to draw some of the defenders away. They can't just let them guard the sideline exclusively. That's how it's going to work. Sidelines and incompletions to use the clock.
So signs of life in what's been a dormant offense in this 2nd half. Here's 1st and 10.
We gotta see it. We gotta see it. Bring it. Bring it. 5. Hey, we gotta get to that. Mike over there. Shoot.
He'll look to throw. Throwing for his running back, and he's got him complete. And on this one, he'll get to the 15, right at the 15-yard line. Give him 8 on the play, and it'll be a 2nd down.
Let's get it. Ready. 10-2 start. 22-jet bomber. 22-jet bomber. Get that ball.
They run with Jackson out of the gun. And he'll get it here to the 10-yard line. A gain of 5, good enough for the first down. The 49ers now going to use the first of their timeouts as they'll stop it with 40 seconds remaining in this fourth quarter. The drive continues as they search for a tying touchdown. Here's 1st and 10. Back to throw. He gets this into the hands of Taylor. And he'll be brought down here at the 3-yard line. 7 yards, the pickup on the pitch and catch. Now San Francisco going to call their second timeout as they stop it with 28 seconds to go in this football game. Able to get 7 on that first down pass play. 2nd and 3. On the run, this is Jackson. And yes, he's into the end zone. So they get the late score they needed. And now the extra point can tie this thing up in the final minute.
And while it appears the heavy lifting was accomplished by scoring the touchdown, they're still down 1. That extra point is not a gimme.
A very important extra point there, up and good. And, partner, we've got a tie game here in the fourth. 17-17 the score. All even to this point as the kick's away. Fielded about a yard deep. And a pretty good return here. He'll be stopped just shy of the 25 at the 24-yard line. The Eagles offense set to begin their next drive. They have a little bit of time here to get into field goal range. Not much. In a tie game, you don't want to do anything crazy, right?
I agree with you on that one. Risk reward, okay? If you go for it, what is the absolute reward on this? But the risk is probably greater. Run the clock out, get to overtime, and try and win it there.
All right, we'll see if they do just that. Now a fake on the give here as they try the run-pass option. 7 yards, the pickup on the pitch and catch. The Eagles going to take the first of their timeouts as the clock will stop with 18 seconds remaining.
Go, go. 280! There we go. Tight end Ringo. Tight ends on Ringo. Tight ends on Ringo. 3 down.
To throw is Wentz. He's going to fire one deep over the middle. It's caught inside the 25. It's a big play there for the Eagles. 45 yards. Now they get the timeout. It leads you to wonder, will they kick it here or risk running another play and possibly not getting down in time? We'll see. So the big play gets them all the way down to the outskirts of the red zone here for 1st and 10. They hand off to their big tight end. And they'll bring him down at the 18-yard line. It's a 6-yard pickup, and it gets him to 2nd and 4. Now the timeout will be called, so they're in field goal range with 3 seconds left. Right now, everything resting on the right foot of Jake Elliott. 2 seconds on the clock. This for the win. And the kick is good. So you wonder how this one might be remembered the next time these two teams meet. But until then, this game's over. Well, a little drama there at the end, but really this thing was already decided. The late points get scored, and then it ends on the kickoff.
And I'm right there with you, partner. At the end of the game, they knew what they had to do. Just make sure you don't cough up the football at the end. Just take care of it, and victory was theirs, and that's exactly what they did.
So for Philadelphia, it wasn't always pretty, but they do eke out the Week 1 victory here by a field goal. And they will head back home next week. Meanwhile, for San Francisco, they go down to defeat here in the opener. And they'll be on the road next week for a matchup with the Carolina Panthers. I'm Brandon Gaudin. Certainly have to thank Charles Davis, my broadcast partner, and our entire crew. We'll catch you next time right here. It's the NFL on EA Sports.